Hello guys, it's Debbie. It's time. I've got a brand new location. 10510 Airline Highway, Baton Rouge, next to After 5 Tuxedos. We have the perfect spot to get all your wedding and formal wear needs. Come see our one-of-a-kind name brand and get great prices. With 30 years experience, the best customer service anywhere. It's Debbie's Bridal, Airline Highway, Baton Rouge. See you soon.
At the Team Automotive Group, we're offering you the Team Guarantee on new and used vehicles. Included with every new vehicle is a lifetime limited powertrain warranty. And now, get a 90-day warranty on the purchase of a pre-owned vehicle. Get the Team Guarantee at every location of the Team Automotive Group.
Visit Treads & Care Tire Company's new location on Hooper Road in Central. Locally owned for over 50 years, Treads & Care is known for quality automotive repair and top-notch customer service.
I'd like to invite you to come out and see us at our new location in Central.
No one can stop me when I taste the feeling. Nothing could ever bring me down. Nothing could ever bring me down. Taste the feeling.
Hello and welcome as we start today's edition of the Clarence Bug Show. As usual, I hope that you and yours are doing well in your little respective slices of South Louisiana heaven. We start today's show, typically as we do, talking about Louisiana news and unfortunately also talking about crime in South Louisiana. Police in Hammond in Tangipahoa Parish announcing that a 15-year-old has now been arrested in connection with that shooting at a graduation ceremony last month. The Hammond Police Department announcing the arrest Wednesday, making this the second suspect arrested in the incident that left 3 people shot, all innocent bystanders. A 4th person was hurt in the ensuing stampede that occurred as people ran for cover. The 15-year-old faces a count of resisting arrest, possession of a stolen weapon, and several other weapon and drugs charges. Meanwhile, Trent Thomas, 20 years of age, was detained the night of the shooting and booked on charges of attempted second-degree murder, obstruction of justice, aggravated damage to property, and, imagine, carrying a firearm in a gun-free zone. Imagine that, right? It is the latest development in what we are all desperately hoping will not be a regular occurring trend. Tip of the hat, by the way, to the good folks in Hammond, Tangipahoa Parish that saw fit, if they had any information at all regarding this situation, and turned it over to police for prosecution. Meanwhile, that is not the only development as far as a graduation shooting is concerned. Police in New Orleans announcing that they likewise have made an arrest in connection with the deadly shooting at Morris Jeff High School's graduation. You may well remember that tragic case. We talked about it here. Others talked about it as well, where 80-year-old Augustine Greenwood, a grandmother, in attendance to watch her youngest grandchild graduate from high school, was shot in the head and died. Police now have made the first arrest in this particular case. And according to the NOPD, they are looking for 3 additional individuals as well. As you might imagine, it's yet another young person involved. an 18-year-old arrested in this case. Still at large in this particular incident, a 49-year-old woman, a 40-year-old man, and another unnamed individual. As troubling as the incident itself was, what is probably more telling than anything else involving that particular incident is the New Orleans Police Department announcing, in the aftermath of this shooting, celebrating the accomplishments of these individuals graduating from Morris Jeff High School. In the immediate aftermath of the shooting, the NOPD reportedly confiscated 6 illegal guns at the graduation. You heard me right. What is so very scary about this, there's one, the obvious, that 6 people, separate individuals, thought that they needed to bring a firearm to a celebration of achievement by young people. 6 people. But you know, after you think about it, what's even more scary, there's no way reasonably you would imagine, well, phew, they caught all the guns, they found all of them. If they found 6 guns, imagine how many were actually there. The old adage is the law of averages gives you 1 out of 10, meaning for every 10 instances, it's pretty much a given there'll be 1 that goes against the grain of the other 9. In this case, if you're talking 1 out of 10 and there were, 2,000 people in attendance, that would mean statistically 200 people brought a gun to a high school graduation. Now listen, y'all, say what you will about them young people, but police are also looking for a 40-year-old and a 49-year-old. And many of us to this day will tell anyone who's listening, I have no idea where these young people get these ideas. I have no idea how it is young people figure they can solve their problems with the gun. I have no idea how they're getting their hands on these guns. The overwhelming majority are stolen or obtained illegally. And when we show up as a society to help these young people celebrate the fact that they have adhered to what we've tried to tell them, they have taken education seriously, they've made a sacrifice to be the best that they can possibly be. And then when they show up for recognition, some, and y'all know what I want to say, but I can't say it on TV because it's a family show, we wonder why these sorts of things happen continually. This is an indictment of us as a society. And listen, y'all, y'all know your buddy Clarence. I am as conservative as the day is long. I don't believe in government interfering in this aspect of our lives, that aspect of our lives, the other aspect of our lives. But the fact of the matter is, when you look at the entertainment, quote unquote, industry, and the viewpoints along with the mainstream media that they have unleashed on this country, it's not all that hard to figure out. You know, the digital age is a wonderful thing. It truly is. Technology is amazing, at least until it breaks. Then that's a different show for a different day. But if you, like me, have the opportunity to drive through, matriculate in minority communities in this country, some of the stuff that's out there as far as, quote, musical entertainment is concerned, it's not good, y'all. And the fact of the matter is, we as individuals have the ability to control our own destiny, meaning the things that you listen to over and over and over again, typically you end up subscribing to those things. The things that you watch over and over and over again typically become things that you identify with. It's just like getting up every day and putting on clothes. Dress the part, you feel the part. Feel the part, you act the part. Act the part, you become the part. Very simple equation. Dress for success, you will feel like success. If you feel like success, you will act like you're successful. Act like you're successful, you'll become successful. Of course, now, the other side to that coin is dress like an idiot, you'll feel like an idiot. Feel like one, you'll act like one. Act like one, you will become one. We have got to do a better job, y'all. Our young people, in no uncertain terms, are speaking to us. We have watched the ages of violent offenders get lower and lower and lower and lower. At some point, we got to get sick and tired of being sick and tired, y'all. Just an observation. First break of today's show. It is, of course, the Tuesday show, second segment coming up. So you know what that means, right? Yep, it is that time again. Another edition of Now That's Just Stupid. That's next when we continue today's edition of the Clarence Bugg Show, only on the Pelican. Stay close.
Hi, I'm Bobby Yarborough with Manda Fine Meats. Here at Manda, we know what the folks of South Louisiana love. They love great flavored smoked sausage, delicious deli meats, and specialty items like boudin and andouille sausage. Manda Fine Meats has been providing these products since 1947. We produce them right here in Baton Rouge, so you know you're always getting the freshest product at your local grocery store. Manda Fine Meats. Taste the fresh local flavor in everything we make. Make it Manda every time.
Bolello's Furniture and Appliances, your dependable independent. Depend on us for service, for selection, for price. Get huge Whirlpool savings. Shop now and save on Whirlpool appliances throughout the store. Plus, experience our price match guarantee and ask about special financing.
You can depend on the know-how of people who live appliances every day.
Bolello's Furniture and Appliances, your dependable independent with nationwide buying power.
I owed the IRS $10,000.
The IRS garnished my wages.
They put a lien on my house.
I'm self-employed and didn't report all my income. They claim I owe a lot more than I do.
The IRS is the most powerful collection agency in the world. They do not give up until you pay.
I couldn't sleep. We were being audited. I called Tax Solutions Now, and a great big weight was lifted off my shoulders.
I called Tax Solutions Now, and they got the IRS off my back.
Tax Solutions Now had my wage garnishment lifted in 48 hours.
Tax Solutions Now can get you help. Our agents know the rules, can stop the pain, and get you the best deal.
Tax Solutions Now saved my business.
I qualified for the Fresh Start program. I paid less than I owed.
We connect you with a team of former IRS agents and tax professionals who get the IRS off your back. time is running out. Call Tax Solutions now.
Call 800-778-4345. 800-778-4345.
The Mazda CX-50. Confident on and off-road performance, an intelligently designed utility inside and out.
The all-new Mazda CX-50 has arrived and is on sale right now at Team Mazda on Airline.
Hi, gang. Clarence Bugs here, inviting you to come by Old School Barbecue, 10655 Coursey Boulevard, where we tape the show live every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday at 11 o'clock. Come by and feast on news, sports, current events, love of God and country, and lots of common sense, along with some of the best barbecue anywhere on the planet. 10655 Coursey Boulevard, Old School Barbecue, home of the Clarence Bugs Show.
Live and play on the fairway at Greystone Golf and Country Club, a serene, challenging golf destination located in Denham Springs. For tee times and membership opportunities, go to greystonecountryclub.com.
Welcome back to today's edition of the Clarence Bugs Show. In response directly to the ever-increasing level of stupidity that people in this country apparently have no compunction about revealing to anybody who will see, we've instituted a new segment entitled, "Now That's Just Stupid." You'll notice, as the graphic shows you, we're not talking run-of-the-mill garden variety everyday stupid. That would be your normal STUPID. What we're talking about here requires a new word with its own spelling, as in STOOPID, as in, now that's just stupid. We start, surprise, surprise, with the darling of the left, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, better known as AOC. You know, there's an old adage, a couple of them actually. One says, everything that comes up doesn't necessarily need to come out, meaning, just because you have a thought about something doesn't mean it's intelligent enough for you to share with the rest of the world. There's another old adage that says, it's better to be thought a fool and keep one's mouth shut than it is to open it and remove all doubt. Of course, now that I think about it, this was the right person at the right place for the right job. AOC on CNN. Dana Bash mentioned during the course of this interview with AOC that Joe Biden is saying he's going to run again in 2024. So Dana Bash asked her, will you support him? Her answer, quote, you know, if the president chooses to run again in 2024, I mean, first of all, I'm focused on winning this majority right now and preserving a majority this year in 2022. So we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. But I think if the president has a vision, and that's something certainly we're all willing to entertain and examine when the time comes. So Dana Bash, probably like you and certainly like me, responded, that's not a yes. AOC, quote, yeah, you know, I think we should endorse when we get to it. Here it comes. But I believe that the president has been doing a very good job so far. And, you know, should he run again? I think that I think it's, we'll take a look at it. But right now, we need to focus on winning a majority instead of a presidential election. Did she ever answer the question? No. But additionally, you know, one of the big complaints you hear from conservatives about the elites is that they are totally and completely out of touch with everyday Americans. Of all the people that you will interact with this day, let's say it's 100. How many of the 100 people that you interact with today, in your neighborhood, at work, in the doctor's office, your lawyer's office, wherever, big box retailer, of the 100 people, how many of them you think will tell you, he's doing a very good job so far? The polls show in no uncertain terms, 80+% say we're heading totally in the wrong direction. Our country is falling apart. And this woman, the darling of the left, who's right smack dab in the middle of it, cannot see the forest for the trees. I think he's doing a very good job so far. Not a good job, mind you, a very good job. You have to wonder, had the Biden-Harris administration succeeded in anything, what she would have said? I mean, you know, if you botch the withdrawal in Afghanistan, if you allowed the border to be overrun by millions and millions and millions of illegal immigrants in the dead of night, shipping them out all across the country, baby formula shortage, crime out of control, and the list goes on and on and on and on. But according to AOC, he's done a very good job so far. Not only is that out of touch, not only is that living in la la land, but that's just flat out stupid. Of course, we've come to expect that from AOC, so there you go. Meanwhile, I've heard the comments. I've heard, Clarence, you tough on the media. Well, that's my job. I'm a part of it. I'm a firm believer that an individual has to be his own worst critic. You have to be harder on yourself than you are on anybody else. Because when you don't, you have no room to criticize anybody else, because after all, you let yourself slide with all kind of stuff. How many times have I told you that, first of all, Donald Trump had it right when he said the media has become the enemy of the people? And of course, you've also heard me call the Associated Press, that many of you call the AP, I call them always propaganda. Talk about had a bad week last week. Due in large part to the fact that all these people do in writing a story is attempt to put a Democrat Party spin on it. For example, NBC's Meet the Press last week reached out to Zach Brown, former aide to Representative Don Young, asking if Congressman Don Young could come on the show. The problem is he died back in March. And it gets better. These same people did a big old glowing tribute to him at the time as the now deceased longest serving member of Congress. Oh, but it gets better. It gets much better. Did you see last week where this liberal group of folks got together and put up $60 million to buy up a bunch of Latino talk stations? And of course, the people that work there and members of the Latino community all know, oh, we see what y'all trying to do. You're trying to silence conservative voices in the Latino community. So they put together a news conference. And of course, the AP sent a reporter to cover the news conference. So they write up this article, and in the article, the AP quotes Martha Flores, host of an evening show on Radio Mambi, who they say are concerned about possible changes that may happen. The reporter says she is the grandmother of Latino talk radio. And when we talked to her, she said, well, I had planned to speak, but look at my eyes. And according to the reporter, her eyes were watering. And she said, I knew that all I would do is cry, so I decided not to speak. Well, there's one little problem here, Mr. and Ms. Always Propaganda. Martha Flores died 2 years ago. So let me get this straight. Not only did you lie about interviewing this woman, you made up a quote to attribute to her. It's not as though they said, well, we spoke to her, but she didn't want to come on camera. You gave us a direct quote, which says to me, you planned to lie. Associated Press, also known as the AP, as in Always Propaganda. Now that's just stupid. Bottom of the hour break. We'll get her done. Come back and talk about another troubling trend in South Louisiana when we continue today's edition of the Clarence Bug Show, only on the Pelican. Stay close.
Got termites? Get Premier Pest. PremierPestServices.com.
At the Team Automotive Group, we're offering you the Team Guarantee on new and used vehicles. Included with every new vehicle is a lifetime limited powertrain warranty. And now, get a 90-day warranty on the purchase of a pre-owned vehicle. Get the Team Guarantee at every location of the Team Automotive Group.
Hi, I'm Katie, Operation Manager here at Old School Barbecue. We're excited about all of the changes here at Old School, and we'd like to invite everyone to come out and enjoy some delicious barbecue at Old School prices. We feature brisket, chicken, ribs, sausage, and the Boss Hog pulled pork sandwich voted best deal in town. We also have live music Friday and Saturday from 7 to 10 p.m. 10655 Coursey Boulevard. We can't wait to see you.
Hello guys, it's Debbie. It's time. I've got a brand new location. 10510 Airline Highway, Baton Rouge, next to After 5 Tuxedos. We have the perfect spot to get all your wedding and formal wear needs. Come see our one-of-a-kind name brand and get great prices. With 30 years experience, the best customer service anywhere. It's Debbie's Bridal, Airline Highway, Baton Rouge. See you soon.
Hi, I am Dr. Farrell Frugier Jr., and I am a general dentist at Frugier Family Dentistry. I was born and raised in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. I went to Catholic High School, LSU, and LSU School of Dentistry in New Orleans, where I received my DDS degree in 1986. I always have and will continue to be committed to continuing my education, to invest in technology which makes the diagnosis and delivery of dentistry more thorough, more comfortable, and more aesthetically pleasing. In our practice, we are here to serve the patients. We want to improve their quality of life and to develop relationships with our patients. In dentistry, we have a chance to impact lives on a daily basis, not just by doing dentistry, but by getting to know them and being a part of their life. We also believe in giving back to our community. So every year, we give back to the Greater Baton Rouge Food Bank, Toys for Tots, and Mary Bird Perkins Cancer Center. Please stop by and visit our office. We would love to take care of you and your family.
Hi, I'm Hurricane Betsy Barnes.
And I'm Dr. Kay Siller with The Rocket Right Show.
We are two busy blondes on the go showing off life in Louisiana.
Watch us on Pelican Sports Network.
And Talk 107.3 FM. Check local listings for times.
Caught spiders.
Premier Pest Services.
Welcome back to today's edition of the Clarence Bug Show. You know, those of us that stay abreast of the news have been particularly alarmed about crime. There was a time in our state when, if you were talking about ungodly levels of violence, you typically, not saying it's right, wrong, fair, or unfair, just an observation, you typically would only think of two metro areas, Baton Rouge, New Orleans. I am old enough to remember when it was just New Orleans. Y'all know I'm not lying. Don't look at me like that. That's just the reality of the matter. But now, in Louisiana and in many other parts of the nation, small towns are being ravaged as well. It broke my heart that our neighbor to the immediate north of Baton Rouge, Baker, Louisiana. And if you know anything at all about Baker, you know it's always been small town America, sleepy little bedroom community. It's always been that way. And recently, things have started to change, and not for the better. Last week, the chief of police for Baker, Carl Dunn, held a news conference. And in that news conference, he revealed some scary things. He unpacked about 24 guns that officers had confiscated during traffic stops in the last week. 6 of the 24 were taken just the day before. Quote, "It's surprising that we can do this one week and come back the next week and do the same thing over again." Get this. Most of the guns that police confiscated were found during traffic stops. Officers say that out of every 10 vehicles they stop, out of every 10, they find at least 9 guns. You heard me right. Out of every 10 vehicles stopped for a traffic infraction, 9 guns are found. Now, the overwhelming majority of them are either stolen or illegal, one or the other. And at the end of the day, this cannot bode well for any city. You would think in a city like Baker, small town, and I know some absolutely salt of the earth, wonderful folks that live in Baker. So this is no slight on the city. It's the idiots that reside there, pure and simple. And we all know from experience now that idiots are not bound by geography. There are idiots in Baton Rouge, there are idiots in New Orleans, there are idiots in Shreveport, there are idiots in Monroe, there are idiots in Baker, there are idiots everywhere. That is just a part of the nature of the beast. But at the end of the day, you have a major problem. When out of every 10 cars you stop for a traffic violation, 9 of them will have a gun that's either illegal or stolen. Sadly, you want to take a guess as far as what the percentages of the racial makeup in Baker happens to be? That's rhetorical. You don't have to answer. We all know the answer to that. Just like we know the answer to what community in Baker is being most negatively affected by this scourge of illegal and or stolen weapons. We already know. But you know, it occurred to me just this morning that we don't really have to worry too much about this, because at the end of the day, Joe Biden is on top of it. It finally came to me. Joe Biden, bless his little old heart, is working hard to fix this problem. I figure with gas prices going the way they're going, Joe is probably figuring, you know, if I make gas high enough, these fools won't be able to ride around with their illegal guns. Of course, it won't mean they can't take them on the bus or on their bicycle. Have you looked at the price lately? Yeah, he's working hard. First time in history now. The national average is above $5 a gallon. Oh, but it gets worse. It gets much worse. That was back on Monday, reflecting a nearly 15-cent increase in the last week and a 58-cent increase per gallon in just the last month alone. 21 states, 4 states shy of half of the union, are now experiencing a statewide average of over $5 a gallon. Those states include Maine, Vermont, New York, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, New York, New Jersey, Maryland, Pennsylvania, Ohio, Indiana, Michigan, Illinois, as you might expect, Alaska and Hawaii, Washington, Oregon, Utah, Nevada, Arizona, and, wait for it, the granola state, California. In case that's new to you, we call California the granola state because once you take out the fruits and the flakes, all that's left are the nuts. You'll get it later. It's even worse than it appears, though, my fellow Americans. In California, and within some of these other states that I just named, the average price is well above $6 a gallon. In Nevada's Washoe County, for example, average price for regular gas, $6.12 a gallon. In California, Monterey County, $6.60 a gallon. San Mateo County, California, average $6.63 a gallon. Sonoma, help me out, Marty. Sonoma County, isn't that wine country, Sonoma? Yeah, thought so. Napa Valley, yeah, all of that. Sonoma County, $6.61 a gallon. Humboldt County, $6.82 a gallon, average. And I don't know if y'all can hit a drum roll or not. Highest gas price, California's Alpine County, $7.79 a gallon for regular. Ding, 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 winner, winner, chicken dinner. $7.79 a gallon. Thanks, Joe. Let's go, Brandon. I agree. You know, if you start to think about this and look at the level of incompetency from the very top all the way through this administration, it doesn't take long before you have to entertain the notion that no one could be this incompetent by accident. You start to figure there's no way they could screw this up this bad, this fast. It has to be intentional. And yet, they will have you believe 81 million of y'all voted for this guy. Sucker. Sucker. How's that working out for you? No, idiot ain't strong enough, Marty. Fool. Tried to tell you. And you know, in hindsight, when we come back after this final break, I'm going to refresh your memory about some things. And love him or hate him, the fact of the matter is he told us what was going to happen. He said it. He nailed every freaking thing that was going to happen. But y'all couldn't see past the color of his hair and his mean tweets. How's that working out for you? We'll talk about that after. Final break of today's show. Come back, put that big old pretty bow on this puppy, and wrap up today's edition of the Clarence Bugg Show, only on the Pelican. Stay close.
You can't smell it, but you can almost taste it. And whether it's for a family get-together or a game day feast, having Manda in the mix always sounds good. For 3 generations, their quality meats and original seasonings have made Manda a Louisiana legend and made their family sausage Louisiana's family sausage. Manda Fine Meats, The flavor says it all.
Treads & Care Tire Company announces its new location on Hooper Road in Central. Locally owned for 50 years, Treads & Care is known for quality automotive repair with top-notch customer service. Treads & Care offers the convenience of shuttle service and pickup and delivery of your vehicle. You can also enjoy the comfortable customer area, complete with workstations, high-speed internet, and a complimentary coffee bar.
I'd like to invite you to come out and see us at our new location in Central.
Treads & Care, the tires you need and the service you want.
Live and play on the fairway at Greystone Golf and Country Club, a serene, challenging golf destination located in Denham Springs. For tee times and membership opportunities, go to GreystonecountryClub.com.
Tremonti's has meat. Tremonti's has seafood. Tremonti's has much more. Tailgating and home gating platters. Huge wine and liquor selection. Beer and all the spices you need. Chairman Reserve and Wagyu meats. Ribeye rolls, shrimp rolls, kebabs. 20 flavors of sausage for the grill. Daily lunch specials and game processing. On-site catering also available. Good meat ain't cheap and cheap meat ain't good. Visit Tremonti's.com.
Sometimes life is wonderful, and sometimes it's not. Cherish the good, but always be prepared for life's challenges. At Private Healthcare, we provide the peace of mind you deserve. With Private Healthcare, you'll get the coverage you want and healthcare you need. If your employer doesn't supply healthcare coverage and you don't qualify for Medicare or Medicaid, you need to give us a call right now. Private Healthcare is private health insurance for ages 65 and under with medical, dental, vision, and even prescription coverage. When life comes at you unexpectedly, you need to be ready. And health insurance is your financial safety net. Health insurance has never been so easy and affordable. If you're looking for health coverage at the best price and your annual household income is $35,000 or more, call the number on the screen now and speak with a live healthcare consultant. Don't wait. Get the coverage you need now.
Welcome back for the final segment of today's edition of the Clarence Bug Show. You know, one of the amazing things about this journey that we call life is acknowledging when you were wrong. Remember growing up when we all reached that stage where we knew everything and really didn't know squat. And more experienced, older people tried to tell us certain things, that if you do this, there's a good possibility this is going to happen. If that happens, there's a good possibility this would happen, and so on and so forth. And of course, we all poo-pooed their knowledge, their wisdom, their benefits of experience, all the above. Because after all, we knew everything. These people don't know anything. All they've done is lived their lives and been successful for, 60, 70, 80 years. But my late father, God bless him, taught us early in life that the first step to solving a problem is realizing that there is a problem. And of course, after you realize it, you acknowledge it, and you issue a sincere apology, and also announce your plan to be sure it never, ever happens again. The media, mainstream and social, did a number on this country's psyche unlike anything else that I can think of in the entire history of this nation as it pertains to Donald J. Trump. They put in as many people's heads as possible, Orange Man bad. Bad for democracy, bad for America, bad for this, bad for people with orange hair, bad for social media, bad. But you know, if you go back and listen, and y'all do realize there's a reason God gave us 2 ears and 1 mouth. It means you're supposed to listen twice as much as you talk. Some of y'all, mainstream media, Democrats, y'all should have 4 lips and 1 ear, because all you do is yap. All you do is talk. Don't make any sense at all, but all you do is talk. If you go back and listen to what then President Trump warned us would happen if the Democrats got control of the White House and or Congress, he told us. And it's as though this guy was channeling his inner Nostradamus. You know, the guy that made all the amazing predictions in life years before they ever transpired. That guy. That's what happens when you sleep in history class. You would think Donald J. Trump was channeling his inner Nostradamus. He told us, Joe Biden gets in the White House, they're coming for your guns. They're not going to come for them all at one time. They're going to start with one kind, and then another, and then another. What did Joe Biden tell us just last week? You don't need no 9mm. That'd blow a man's lungs completely out of his body. You see where they start, don't you? Donald J. Trump told us, if Joe Biden gets in the White House, you're going to be paying $6, $7, $8, $9 a gallon for gasoline. What did I just finish telling you? Folks are paying for gas in 21 states, well, 20 states and the Republic of California. He was right on that too, wasn't he? Donald J. Trump, then president, also told us that illegal aliens are going to flood across our border by the millions. What he didn't tell us is that not only are they going to let them in by the millions, they're going to send them to a city near you in the dead of night. And they ain't going to say a thing about it to the governor, the mayors, the councils in that city. Not a thing. Son of a gun, he was right about that too. He also predicted, did then President Donald J. Trump, that Democrats would spend billions of dollars defending the border of some other country that was probably full of corruption while neglecting our own borders. Does $53 billion to Ukraine ring a bell? You see what happens when you allow people to hoodwink you? And the fact of the matter is, just about every single person in America these days is walking around the beneficiary of being able to access all the knowledge that mankind has acquired since the beginning of our species. There is absolutely no reason why Americans should be anywhere near as dumb and or stupid as we've become. Of course, now, when you let other people do your thinking for you, well, that's what they said on Twitter. Oh, that's what they said. That's what I saw on TikTok. Well, you're a fool. Because you go out and join 80,999,999 other fools and vote for Joe Biden. It might be laughable if there weren't so much at stake. These people have corrupted every freaking thing they've touched. And now, not only are they attacking your rights, your liberties, and your freedom, now they want to corrupt the minds of your children. Even Nostradamus himself, I'm sure, didn't see a time coming when so-called learned individuals, educated people, can't even define what a woman is. Even Nostradamus himself could probably never conceive of a time when educated people would tell you, well, a man can be a woman and a woman can be a man. My late father, God bless him, was wise beyond his years, because he taught me early in life, son, there's nothing worse than an educated fool. You know the kind, got every letter in the alphabet behind their name, but they can't tell you what a woman is. Got every alphabet in the letter behind their name, but will tell you, well, a boy can be a girl and a girl can be a boy. We got one getting ready to sit on the highest court in the land, and this doofus can't even define what a woman is. God help my country. That being said, my time's up and I gotta go. But this day, probably more so than any other in history, I give it to you. You know what? You're right. America, we're not perfect. But for this old boy's money, it's the best there is. And God knows there's no place else on his green earth that I'd rather be. Speaking of the good Lord, you do realize he loves you, right? And I hope you know that I do too. Either way, there ain't a doggone thing you can do about either one. Take care of yourselves. We'll see you soon. God bless.